Yes, students. Am I audible to everyone? Aditya?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good
Teshna?
afternoon, ma'am.
Okay. Alicia? Aryan? Sanovar?
Yes,
Yasir?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just a second. Vidushi? Tanish? Shivi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Rishit? Rashi? Piyush?
Yes, ma'am.
Pallavi?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Niranjan?
Yes, ma'am.
Gauravi?
Yes, ma'am.
This is Dalita, right? Am I pronouncing correct or not?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Cheshna?
Yes, ma'am.
Ayush Gupta? Aryan Gupta?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Arushi
Yes,
Gupta?
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
All are Guptas there. Ansh Singh?
Yes, ma'am.
Familiar voice. Alicia Ismail?
Yes, ma'am.
Aditya Upreti?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Aditi Gupta? And Abhishek Yadav?
Yes, ma'am.
And Ayushi Gupta. I guess these are the ones who are there as my KVPY aspirants. Actually, one thing I wanted to begin with. See, the students who are from biology stream or from medical stream, they are well familiar with me and I am also familiar with them. But the students from the engineering stream, they are new to me and I am new to them. Right or not? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And this question is for engineering students. Right? Like because you have taken maths in your class 11, want to be an engineers, I guess you people have less interest in biology. Yes or no? Everyone has to speak. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, that is but obvious. You have less interest in biology. But the main point I wanted to ask is that in class 10th, have you studied well the subject biology? Whatever the topics are in class 10, have you prepared the topics well in class 10?
Yes, ma'am.
Or how much is, okay, this is Aditya. Aditya, how much you scored in biology in class 10? Can you specify it? Can you tell me, beta?
Ma'am, in biology,
Yes, specifically biology.
ma'am, out of 27, I score around 23, 24.
Okay, that's not bad. I guess you studied well. Anyone around 25 out of 27 got 25 or 26? Anyone in the class, especially from the engineering stream?
Ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
Arushi.
ma'am. I
Yes,
got once.
Yes, ma'am.
who's this? Who said yes, ma'am?
Ma'am, Tanish.
Tanish. Tanish, how much you got, beta?
I'm 25.
Very good, beta. I guess Arushi also got because Arushi also answered me.
Yes, ma'am. 25, 26. They got 27 bhi aaya tha.
Okay, very good, beta. So that means you have interest in biology as well. Though you took maths because you want to be engineers, but then you have an interest in the subject. So I assume that you people will learn from me the syllabus which is actually going to come in your KVPY exam. I guess you all know that what we are for here. We are learning biology for the KVPY exam. And see, the syllabus comprises of for class 11. That is what you have learned in class 10 actually. Class 10 is the basics of all the subjects. I mean, you also feel in your stream also, engineering students, that you have a base in maths in class 10. Now the things have been modified in class 11. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. You know, so whatever we've studied in our lower classes, that is 9th and 10th, these are the basics and the modifications that we are going to learn in class 11th and 12th. So that is what we are going to do. Actually, you've learned this few topics in class 10. For example, life processes, you know, different life processes like digestion, respiration, transportation, excretion. Then you must have gone the topic control and coordination. And then there is a topic again, human physiology, that is human reproduction. And then again a physiology, that is genetics and evolution. Then our environment. I guess those are the topics that we have studied in class 10. And these are all very important topics for your KVPY exam. Do you know that? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
These are very important topics for your KVPY exam. All the questions that we are going to discuss today. I am going to discuss a paper of the year 2019 of KVPY with you. And I also discuss the questions and I also ask the questions to know that what you have done in biology in class 10. See, I am aware of the bio students already, that how much they know. And but for engineering ones, very soon I'll come to know when we discuss the questions. Right? I'm going to discuss a paper that is of year 2019. And I guess you all know that if you are learning for KVPY, that how many questions are there in each subject and what are the subjects that is going to come in your exam. And now, so physics, chemistry, biology, and maths. This is what we're going to learn for KVPY exam. And the exam is divided into two sections, part 1 and part 2. Okay, part 1 comprises 60 questions, out of which 15 belongs to biology. That means 15 each for each subject. 15 for each subject. 15 for physics, 15 for chemistry, 15 for maths, and 15 for biology. Right? So, in part 1, there are 15 questions that you gone through for biology. And then in part B, there are 20 questions, 5 from each subject. So 5 questions from part B from biology and 15 questions in part 1 from biology. That means total questions 20 you have to mark the correct one to get good score. And I guess you all know that biology is a very, very scoring subject if you prepare it well. Right? ऐसा नहीं है कि अगर आप नहीं पढ़ोगे तो भी scoring है. It is not at all scoring if you don't know the subject. Yes, it is scoring when you have prepared well, when you're giving your time to the subject and learn it well and prepare it well. Right, everybody? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
So, just a second. In today's session, what we are going to do, we are going to discuss a paper. I just told you that of the year 2019, right? I'm going to share a screen with you all. We'll write the questions on the screen and then we'll discuss with you. And also we'll ask questions that how much you know about the subject. Because you have to go, 15, 20 questions in your KVPY exam. So you must be well prepared for the subject. Just a minute. So should I begin with the questions or should I ask the questions? कितने पानी में हो biology में? Yes? Nobody's answering. Yes? Should I begin with the questions or should I answer you? Should I question you? Then how much you know about biology? Arushi, you got 25, right, beta?
Yes, ma'am.
So, a question, should I ask you? You'll answer me or not? Are you ready for that? Okay, only from class 10. What you have studied. Should I ask you, beta? Are you well prepared?
Ma'am, yes, you can ask me.
One more student is there. I guess it was Aditya. Aditya, you got 25 now. Aditya Pregi.
Ma'am, I don't
Ma'am, it
remember. Is
was
it
me.
25 or 24? I don't remember.
Acha, you got 24. Somebody's, some other student is also
Yes,
there.
ma'am, it was me.
It was Tanishq. Okay, I'm going to ask you 2 questions, 1 to each, to know. Dekho kitne pani mein ho. Otherwise, it is open for all. If anybody knows the answer, can answer. Okay, just a second. Let me open the paper as well. Okay. बहुत अच्छे नंबर लेके बैठी हूँ बायोलॉजी में, तो एक क्वेश्चन का तो आंसर बनता है. You do. Yes, this is Tanishq for you. Tanishq, this is for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Name the enzyme that digests milk protein. And the bio students will not answer them because I have already told them in the previous classes. This is for the engineering students and especially first for the Tanishq and then for the rest one. Yes, Tanishq, name the enzyme. Hear the question properly, then answer it. Huh? Name the enzyme that digests milk protein. Yes. Your answer is, Tanishq?
Ma'am, I think it should be pepsin.
Okay, Arushi, is he correct? If he says pepsin, is he correct, beta? Arushi?
No, ma'am. I guess.
No, Arushi, then what would be the answer, Vijay? Arushi? If it is not correct, what could be the answer? You said if you're not, your net is not working, you can send a message on chat box. I wanted to know if you know or not. If he's incorrect, correct him, beta.
Ma'am, is it lactose?
No, Arushi. You disheartened me, bacha. Anyone from engineering side first? Anyone?
Caffeine.
Ma'am, Renin.
Yes, who said renin? Who said renin?
Ma'am, it was me.
It was Shavi and Teshta. Very good, brilliant, beta, brilliant. I like that. बेटा आप लोगों में से कुछ 2 बच्चों ने आंसर किया मुझे season. Season is actually a milk protein, and I was asking about the enzyme that digests milk protein. Tanishq and Arushi, it is the renin that digests milk protein, that is season. I mean to say that initial digestion is started with the help of renin enzyme of the milk protein, but then final digestion is taken up by the pepsin only. But when the question is asking that which of the following enzyme digests milk protein, you have to have answer the renin enzyme. Right, all of you? Yes? Is it understood?
Renin wasn't in the NCERT.
Yes, I know, but that was not in the NCERT. But you know, ऐसा नहीं हम सिर्फ NCERT हमें पढ़ना चाहिए, especially for the board exams. Board exams के लिए you should be well prepared, and this is not much beyond NCERT. If there are protein digestion, that means it can be asked any enzyme which is required for protein digestion. And in your topic, it is given, bacha, protein digestion. I guess you have gone through all the digestion of all the kind of nutrients. Right, Tanishq?
Ma'am, actually I wasn't in the infinite division in 10th.
Okay, that was your loss day, Tanishq. I couldn't help you in that. Right, Tanishq? But as of now, we are there to help you, and definitely we will try our best कि तुम KVPY बहुत अच्छा कर सको. Right, beta? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, beta. This is first Tanishq question. Next is for Anushi. Though Anushi didn't answer me of the same question, but one more question. Then I'll start up with the question paper. Right? Okay. Anushi, this is for you. You tell me. Okay. Very simple. Okay, this time I'm asking from NCERT. Right? you must have studied about nephrons present in kidney. पढ़ा है सबने? Nephrons in kidney, the structure and functional unit of kidney. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay, Arushi, yes, ma'am. पढ़ा है बेटा Arushi?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Arushi. So my question is, which part of tubules is present in the cortex region of kidney? There are different tubules of nephrons, and I guess you know that. This is NCRT, beta. I'm
Can you
asking.
please repeat?
Okay, beta. I'm asking which part of the tubules are present in the cortex region of the kidney. This is NCRT, Arushi. Can you answer, beta? No.
Ma'am, renal cortex too?
No, bacha. This is not an answer. This is not the answer, bacha. Yes? Anybody from the class? Because even I didn't told you this to my students. Rishit and Piyush. You are 50% correct. You'll get 1 out of 2.
PCT and DCT.
Who said? Ansh said. Yes. This is my student. Ansh, absolutely correct. Medical student. I will not say my students. All are my students. He is a medical student. Ansh is absolutely correct. If you've studied in class 10, there are different tubules present in the nephron. That is PCT, proximal convoluted tubule. Yes, Saruna, it is PCT, but there's one other which is also present. That is DCT, distal convoluted tubule. If you see the structure of the nephron, how it is present in the kidney, then you'll find that the two tubules, proximal convoluted tubule and the distal convoluted tubule, lies in the cortex region of the kidney. I guess everybody knows that kidney has two regions. It is divided into two regions, outer cortex and inner medulla. Right? So outer cortex has the two tubules, that is PCT, proximal convoluted tubule, and DCT, distal convoluted tubule. Okay, collecting tubule, one more, and loop of Henle, one more. These lies in the medullary region of the kidney. So our answer is PCT and DCT. Right, Arushi? Right, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Right, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So should I begin with the question paper? So I know it's okay, it's all happens because already आपको 10th को pass किया हुआ बहुत time हो चुका है, number 1. Number 2, I know it was completely online classes throughout the year. So students are suffered throughout the year. That is, I'm sure of it. Because when I took 12th, I find the 11th is very much missing in class 12. So because of the online classes that happens, it's not your fault, Ajay. Okay, Arushi and Danish.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Chaliye, acha. Let's start with the paper discussion. Should we? Yes, should I start with?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, now I am presenting the screen and will write the question on the screen. Okay. So I'll explain the question, then we'll try to find out the answers from you only. I'll tell you the later, but then I want you to answer first. देखो 1 से लेके 60 तक क्वेश्चंस आपको मिलेंगे पेपर में in part 1, and you'll find last 15 questions belongs to biology. That means we have to start from question number 46. 46 to 60 comprises bio section. ठीक है? Just a minute. Everybody can see my screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So we'll start from question number 46. Now, what does question number 46 says? Okay, what does question number 46 says? Which one of the following
मैम हमने क्वेश्चन नंबर फर्स्ट से स्टार्ट क्यों नहीं किया?
The first section comprises 1 to 60 questions. There are 60 questions in part 1 and the biology questions comes from 46. Last 15 questions belongs to bio section, right? So that means we'll have to start from 46. Rest 1 to 45 questions are from physics, chemistry and maths. Okay, beta?
Okay, ma'am.
So which one of the following is a correct statement about primate evolution? This was our question. Okay? Now, what does option A says? Option A says it is chimpanzees, and gorillas evolved from macaques. Okay? Question B says, option B says humans and chimpanzees evolved from gorillas. Option C says humans, chimpanzees and gorillas. And gorillas evolved from common ancestor. Just a second. Evolved from common ancestor. Option D says humans and gorillas evolved from chimpanzees. This is what question says. So पहले तो हमको ये जानना है ये question कौन से topic से है. Can you identify that?
मैम
Ma'am, heredity and evolution.
Absolutely. Very simple. It is given the primate evolution. That means the question is from evolution, heredity and evolution. है ना? तो देखो एक question हमें evolution से मिल गया, हमें ये topic पढ़ना है. That means for KVPY. ठीक है? The very first question is from evolution. Right. Now, what does the question says? Question says we have to find out the correct statement regarding the primate evolution. So first, for the question, you should know what is primate evolution. Who are primates? ठीक है? So number one, humans are primates. ठीक है? Primates, there are two categories, primates and non-primata. ठीक है? तो primata उन organisms को बोलते हैं which undergoes menstrual cycle. I guess in class 10th you have read the topic human reproduction, where you must have studied about menstrual cycle and estrous cycle. Menstrual cycles occurs in every month in a woman who belongs to primata. The other category is non-primata. जो कि in the non-primata, it is not the menstrual cycle which takes place. It is the estrous cycle that takes place, which is very much different from the menstrual cycle. Let's not got into this. Our question is primate evolution. So इतना तो कहानी समझ आ गया आपको कि primate, who are the primates? ठीक है? Now the question says, chimpanzees and gorilla evolved from macaques. Means these two have been evolved from the other organism, that is macaques. Humans and chimpanzees evolved from gorilla. These two together evolved from gorilla. Humans and chimpanzees and gorilla evolved from common ancestor. Humans and gorilla evolved from chimpanzee. देखो इस क्वेश्चन को आप तभी आंसर कर पाओगे when you know the family tree of the primate evolution. You're getting my point? When you know the family tree of the primate evolution. So I'm showing a family tree to the primate evolution. I'm stopping this. I'm just removing the slide and showing you about the primate evolution. Then I'll come back to the question, and then we'll ask you about this. Okay, what could be the correct option after showing the family tree? Okay, family tree of primate evolution. Just a minute. अब इधर देखो on the screen. Yes. Can you see this? Everybody's?
Yes,
Can you? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
देखो अब there is a condition, there is a term that is given as hominine at number 3 line. Hominine. और वहां देखो hominine हमारा hominine से क्या हो रहा है? Hominini and gorillini. From hominini it is homo and pan. From gorillini it is gorilla. And from gorilla it is then gorilla. From homo it is human. From pan it is bonobo and chimpanzee. So that means humans, chimpanzees and gorilla. They have been evolved from the common ancestor, that is hominine. Is it or not? Yes, everybody?
yes, ma'am.
So for that, you have to memorize the primate evolution. So from this chart, it's been completely clear that human, chimpanzees and gorilla are basically evolved from the common ancestor. So our option क्या बना? Can you tell me that? Which option says this?
Ma'am, C.
Yes.
Option C.
Option C. Option C. C for cat. Cat. The C option says that humans, chimpanzees, gorilla evolved from common ancestor. ठीक है? So I'll send you this chart to all of you. Please do learn that. This is important chart for KVPY. ठीक है? I'll send in the group. Please do learn that. Right?
Okay, ma'am.
मुझे एक दो लोगों की आवाज ही क्यों आ रही है भाई? I want everyone to speak. Everyone to involve in the class. So the first question, the answer is C. Humans, gorilla and chimpanzee evolved from the common ancestor. Right? Everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, question number 2. That means 47 question. What does this say? It's very simple. I want you to answer this. Let me check if anybody know or not. The tribes of Liverpool are found in which one of the following parts of human digestion. Human digestion is a very simple topic. अगर आपने ध्यान से इस टॉपिक को क्लास 10th में पढ़ा होगा, you must definitely answer this question. Number A, esophagus. Option A is esophagus. Option B is small intestine. Option C is stomach. And option D is rectum. I guess आप सभी ने ये सारे terms जरूर सुने होंगे which is given in the option. सुने सबने? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So question आपसे ये पूछ रहा है, the crypts of liver are found in which one of the following parts of human
Ma'am,
body?
small intestine.
सरोवर तो पिटेगी मेरे से. I have told you already the human digestion. हम लोग finish कर चुके हैं. मैं पहले चाहती हूँ engineering के students मुझे answer करें. I'll explain. I have already told that. मुझे मालूम था सबसे पहले question तू ही बोलेगी सरोवर. I was 100% sure. Okay, but that's good, beta. इसका मतलब you are studying well, right, beta? Very good, बच्चा. Keep it up. Okay, सरोवर.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, very good. देखो, okay, she is absolutely correct. It is found in the small intestine. Basically, what happens? The crypts of liver are found in which part of the human digestion? देखो, अब हम eliminate कैसे कर सकते हैं? तुम लोगों ने 10th में human digestion जरूर पढ़ा होगा, है ना? तो esophagus is what part? Esophagus is simply a food pipe. है ना? तो food pipe from which the food is being transported from the mouth to the stomach. And I guess you all know that this is the only part of the alimentary canal where no digestive activity takes place. Why? Because it does not have any enzyme. Is it or not? आपने सबने जरूर पढ़ा होगा ये चीज क्लास 10th में. पढ़ा था? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Everyone to speak. Yes, Arushi, Tanish.
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? तो esophagus वो is a food pipe from where it is just a passage. The food is being transported from the mouth to the stomach. है ना? With the help of which movement? Yes, anyone from the class? Food passes from mouth to stomach through esophagus. With the help of which movement? बता सकते हैं कोई?
Peristaltic movement.
Very good. It is with the help of. Either we say either in the option it could be like this. It will be like this. Peristalsis. है ना? Or it will be given like this. Peristaltic movement. One and the same thing. है ना? Peristaltic movement. So food passes from mouth to stomach through esophagus with the help of peristaltic movement. That means वहाँ पे कुछ present नहीं होता, ये तो वैसे ही eliminate हो गया. ठीक है? C option की बात कर लेते हैं. Stomach. Stomach is you must have studied. It is a J-shaped bag and it is a chief site for the digestion of proteins. ये stomach is that part of the alimentary canal which is actually the chief site, main site of the digestion of proteins. Maximum protein digestion takes place in the stomach, though final digestion will not take place here. I guess you know that final digestion of every nutrient will take place in small intestine, but stomach is the main site of the digestion of proteins. ठीक है? तो यहाँ पे भी crypts of liver is not present. Now we come to rectum. Rectum is a part of large intestine. I guess you know that large intestine is divided into 3 parts: cecum, colon, and rectum. So rectum is that part which is actually acting as a storage of undigested food, right? And then from the rectum, the undigested food is being eliminated out or removed out through anus, which is the last part of the alimentary canal. समझ आ रहा है सबको? Everyone in the class? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
So rectum is the part of the large intestine. There is no crypts of liver present. Now we come to small intestine. small intestine is the main site of digestion and absorption. See, मैं आपकी proper topics की classes नहीं लूँगी because we have less time. What I do by explaining the questions which is already there in the exam, I will try to detail much about it regarding the topic. है ना? तो जिससे क्या होगा आपको उस topic का extra knowledge belonging that question and of the topic आपको मिल जाएगा. So like if I take this question, so I'll try to explain maximum human digestion parts over here. That is the alimentary canal. है ना? So small intestine is the chief site or main site of digestion and absorption. ठीक है? Now digestion की बात करें. If you know that small intestine is basically have three parts: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Right? So duodenum receives two juices. Can you name what are the two juices which duodenum receives? Anyone in the class? Digestive juices received by the duodenum. Yes? No? Okay, I'll tell you. There are two digestive juices, that is bile juice and the pancreatic juice. These two juices have been poured into the duodenum of the intestine for further digestion. Okay? Now, if we talk about small intestine, there is a structure present which is called as villi. सुना आप सबने ये वर्ड जरूर सुना होगा 100%. सुने नहीं सुने? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Finger-like projection.
Absolutely. Very good. Who is this?
I'm Utkarsh.
उत्कर्ष, बिल्कुल सही बच्चे, बिल्कुल सही बोला आपने. It is the finger-like projection.
मैम उसी के ऊपर तो ये क्रिप्स ऑफ लिबर्कन होता है.
No, ऊपर नहीं होता मुझे. I'm drawing the structure a little. देखो आपने सिंपल ना 10th क्लास में ऐसे पढ़ा होगा. Finger-like projection like this. ऐसे ही पढ़ा है सबने?
Yes, ma'am.
है ना? But actually this is not like this. Class 10th में ना बहुत चीजें ऐसी बतानी पड़ती हैं कि स्टूडेंट्स कंफ्यूज भी ना हो और उसको टॉपिक भी क्लियर हो जाए. है ना? तो जैसे कई चीजें 11वीं में आते आते तक चेंज हो जाती हैं. तो वही चेंज अब हमें यहाँ इस क्वेश्चन में देखने को मिलेगा. राइट? और चेंज क्या है हमारा? जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल एक्चुअली दिस इज, अगर हम इसको एनलार्ज करेंगे, सो it is highly folded. The lining of the small intestine is highly folded. And this is what? This is not villi. This is the name given, that is called as plicae circularis. क्या बोलेंगे इसको हम? This is plicae circularis. ठीक है? Now, if we enlarge this structure a little more, what we find, this structure is not like this as I have drawn on the screen. ये इस तरह का नहीं होता जैसे मैंने बनाया है. किस तरह का होता है? Look on the screen, everybody. This plicae circularis is like this, right, everybody? And villi is actually the infoldings of plicae circularis. This each one is villi. This is villi. समझ रहे हो? This is villi. So अब imagine how much it is folded, how much the lining of the small intestine folded to increase, and why it's been done? To increase the surface area for absorption. Actually, because of this foldings, the times to which it increases the surface area is actually 600 times than it actually is. Because of these foldings present in the plicae circularis, that is villi, the surface area is increased about 600 times for the absorption. That is why we say that small intestine is the chief site for digestion and absorption. Okay? Now, if I turn this villi into like this, है ना? मैंने इसको ऐसे बना दिया. So this is one villi, this is another villi, this is another villi. Okay? So stripes of Liverpool is present over here. This on the depth of the this villi. ठीक है? हम अगर इस डायग्राम में देख लें कहाँ प्रेजेंट होगा, तब भी देख लो कहाँ होगा. Over here. This will be present over here. समझ आ रही बात सबको? So the crypt of Liverpool is present at the base of the villi, which is present in the small intestine. Liverpool is the name given after the scientist's name. ठीक है? And what it does for us, it secretes. I'm writing here, making the arrow. What it does for us, it secretes intestinal juice. It secretes intestinal juice. Yes, अभी इंटेस्टाइनल जूस हमारे लिए क्या काम करेगा? हाँ, कौन सा जूस है ये? पाइनएप्पल जूस और एप्पल जूस. यस उत्कर्ष, तूने आंसर दिया था, बिल्कुल सही दिया था. तू आंसर बता मुझे, क्या करेगा हमारे लिए काम? उत्कर्ष, आर यू देयर बेटा?
Ma'am, I think it absorbs protein and other materials.
Why should it absorb? Absorption का काम तो विलाय का है, इसका थोड़ी ना है ये एब्जॉर्ब करेगा, है ना भाई? देखो हमेशा ध्यान रखो, every digestive juice is an enzyme for the digestion of the different kind of nutrients. So this juice must contain certain enzymes which will actually bring out the nutrients into their final absorbable form. है ना? मान लो हमने कार्ब्स खाए, कार्ब्स किस टाइप का शुगर है? बहुत बड़े बड़े कॉम्प्लेक्स शुगर है कि नहीं है? कार्ब्स हम ऐसे ही डाइजेस्ट कर लेंगे? नहीं, it needs to be broken down. What is digestion? Digestion means the complex substances has been broken down into simple and absorbable forms so that our body cells can absorb it. तो फाइनल फॉर्म्स ही हम सिर्फ एब्जॉर्ब कर पाते हैं. चलो बायोमोलिक्यूल्स तो तुम लोग केमिस्ट्री में पढ़ा होगा, पढ़ा है नहीं पढ़ा है? यस, केमिस्ट्री में बायोमोलिक्यूल्स पढ़ा अभी तक?
यस मैम.
ओके, तो मेरे एक आंसर दो मुझे. कार्ब्स का
मैम बायोमोलिक्यूल्स मैम बायो में पढ़ा है अभी.
बायो में पढ़ा है? चलो बायो वाले तो फिर जानते होंगे. इंजीनियरिंग वालों ने केमिस्ट्री में पढ़ा होगा. देयर इज अ टॉपिक बायोमोलिक्यूल्स इन केमिस्ट्री. पढ़ा है तुम लोगों ने, इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स? यस और नो?
No, ma'am.
अभी तक नहीं पढ़ा?
No, ma'am.
चलो खैर, तो बेसिकली अगर हम कार्ब्स की बात करें, इनके एंड प्रोडक्ट्स क्या हैं? फाइनल एंड प्रोडक्ट्स, फॉर एग्जांपल ग्लूकोज. और एंड प्रोडक्ट्स कौन से होंगे? जो सिर्फ वन शुगर कंसिस्ट होंगे. Sugar is one, glucose is one sugar. It cannot be broken down, but it can be oxidized, which we do during respiration. है ना? It cannot be broken down because it is just one sugar. If there is disaccharide, disaccharide means consists di means two, saccharide means sugar. So if it is disaccharide, that could be broken down into monosaccharide. ठीक है? For example, lactose. आप में से किसी ने बोला था अभी, when I was asking a question, so lactose is disaccharide. It consists of two sugars. What is that? One is glucose, other is galactose. So that needs to be broken down with the help of the enzyme lactase, which is present in intestinal juice, which is secreted by crypts of Liverpool. समझ आ रही कहानी सबको?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. देखो सिंपल, अगर हम सिर्फ एक एग्जांपल कोट करेंगे यहाँ पे, this intestinal juice contain an enzyme that is lactase. ठीक है? This lactase will broken down the disaccharide that is lactose, which is a milk sugar present in your milk that you intake. Right? This is going to be broken down with the help of the enzyme lactase present in intestinal juice, and it will broken down into the simple sugar, that means 1 units of sugar, that is galactose and glucose. This is simple sugars, one sugar. समझ आ रही कहानी सबको? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is the intestinal juice. एक नाम और भी याद रखना, intestinal juice को हम basically common किस name से जानते हैं? That is succus entericus. Succus, जो मैं आपको extra information दे रही हूँ ना, with respect to questions. So I mean you could make a notebook and can write it down in your notebooks. है ना? So that when you go for little self-study before the exam, you can have a glimpse of it. So intestinal juice is called as succus entericus. It has the enzyme for the digestion of the final digestion of the every nutrient. Here I have just quoted one example, that is lactose digested by lactase, broken down into its simpler forms, that is galactose and glucose. Is it understood to everybody?
Yes, ma'am.
Clear about support?
Ma'am.
So we were on question, that was question number 47. Next is, so I can move on to the next slide. Please note it down, whatever I am giving the extra information. ठीक है? जो भी हम डिस्कस कर रहे हैं.
Ma'am, 1 minute.
Okay बेटा, I'm not. ठीक है, करो. Please note it down, everybody. I see your notebooks as well. देखूंगी अभी मैं सभी की notebooks. Extra information, please note down. Actually, this question is actually class 10th. Very simple it was. You'll find out of 15 questions, you'll find only 2 to 3 which required extra knowledge. Otherwise, अगर तुम लोगों ने 10th bio अच्छे से पढ़ी है, तो तुम लोग ऐसा हो ही नहीं सकता किसी क्वेश्चन का आंसर नहीं दो. Reason is what happens with these students ना. Generally, this also I found in the students class 10, जो जिन बच्चों को आगे चल के मैथ्स लेना होता है, तो they don't focus for biology. They thought कि हमें आगे मैथ्स लेना है, बायो हमें नहीं पढ़ना है आगे. और मैं तब भी क्लास 10 रहती हूँ, मैं हमेशा ही बात बोलती हूँ, if you are a KVPY aspirant, do learn bio well, because this is all going to come in your KVPY exam, what you are learning in class 10. So अगर 10वीं में तुमने बायो अच्छे से पढ़ा है, that will be a bonus for you for KVPY exam. और नहीं पढ़ा है, ये सोच के कि हमें तो बायो का कुछ करना ही नहीं आगे, तो फिर it is a problem for you, definitely. But then I'll try to, give you maximum during these classes through the questions.
Ma'am, done.
Done. Okay, next question 6. That is question number 48. Just a minute. Yes. Very simple again, question number 48. It says, the removal of pancreas. The removal of pancreas impairs the breakdown of impairs, I-M-P-I-R-S, right? Impairs the breakdown of option A, lipids and carbohydrates only. Option A says lipids and carbohydrates only. Option B says lipids and proteins only. I'm writing like this, lipids and proteins only. Okay, C says lipids, proteins and carbohydrates. Lipids, proteins and carbohydrates. ठीक है? D says proteins and carbohydrates only. D says proteins and carbs only. Carbs, we say in the short form, carbohydrates. So I'm writing carbs only. Okay, proteins and carbs only. Carbs is actually carbohydrates. Okay. Now, this is applicable for everything which I'm telling you, for every subject, even for physics, chemistry, and maths. Whenever you have a multiple choice question, first read the question thoroughly, understand it well. What question is demanding, what is it's asking. Then read each option thoroughly individually and understand it well. Then club it with the question and reach to the right one. So what we'll do, we'll first read the question. Removal of pancreas impairs the breakdown of. What does that mean? अगर हम human body से pancreas को हटा देते हैं, तो impairs means disturb. किसका breakdown disturb होगा? कौन सा nutrient disturb नहीं हो पाएगा? I mean breakdown नहीं हो पाएगा. किस nutrient का breakdown impairs और disturb होगा? ये आपसे question पूछ रहे हैं. The removal of pancreas impairs the breakdown of. ठीक है? Option A says lipids and carbs only. Option B says lipids and proteins only. Option C says lipids, proteins and carbs only. I mean carbs. And D says proteins and carbs only. So is question. Yes, who said this? Karuna?
Ma'am, option
Yes,
C.
ma'am.
Ma'am, C.
Yes. Yes, I know. We know that. अच्छा, engineering students, आप में से किसी को इसका आंसर मालूम था? Anyone? Engineering students? आप में से इस क्वेश्चन का आंसर मालूम था किसी को बच्चे?
Yes, ma'am, it should be C.
Who's this? Name, बेटा, who's this? What's your name?
Ma'am, Tanishq.
Tanishq, कैसे C logic पता है इसके पीछे? You're right. It is C. Logic बताओ बेटा. If you know the answer.
Ma'am, because the pancreas secretes pancreatic juices which helps in the digestion of lipids, proteins and carbohydrates. So if it is taken out, then it will affect their digestion.
Very good. Clap for Tanishq. Very good beta. 100% correct answer. Very good bacha. Keep it up. See, Tanishq is absolutely correct. You know, pancreas is a gland. It is a associated digestive gland, and it produces pancreatic juice. And the pancreatic juice is one of the digestive juice. And you know why? I mean, pancreatic juice is called as the richest digestive juice. Why it is called as the richest digestive juice? Because it has the enzyme for the digestion of every kind of nutrient, whether it is carbs, whether it is lipids, whether it is proteins, or whether it is nucleic acids. It can digest every kind of nutrient. Chalo, Tanishq, you're absolutely correct, but I want to ask few questions from all of you. He says that pancreas has the enzyme for the digestion of every nutrient. Anyone from the class, especially from the engineering students? I know medical students knows all that. I have already told them. Yes, protein for protein digestion. Which is the enzyme present in the pancreatic juice? For protein digestion, which is the enzyme present? Tell me. Jaldi say. I'll write on the screen. Who will tell us? For protein digestion, which is the enzyme present in pancreatic juice? Jaldi say.
Ma'am, trypsin.
Trypsin. Tanishq, this is you, beta?
No, ma'am, I'm Kush.
Kush, absolutely correct. बिल्कुल सही बात. This is the trypsin. This is trypsin. For protein digestion, we have written protein over here. So I'm writing here. This is the trypsin. Absolutely. बिल्कुल सही बात. For lipids, yes. For lipids, who will tell me? Anyone? Name the enzyme.
Lipase.
Lipase.
Who said this? The two boys, name them. Who's this?
Ma'am, Rishit.
Okay, okay. Aditya, you two are not, you got 50%, you know, you'll get 1 out of 2 if this is 2-mark question. Reason is, you know, lipases will generally digest fats. Lipases are the enzyme that digest fats only or lipids only. You know? But if I'm asking that what is the enzyme present in the pancreas, in the pancreatic juice that can digest lipids? You know? So you have to specify pancreatic lipase. That means this lipase is secreted by the pancreas. If you just write your answer lipases, that means it is incorrect. It is not incorrect, but then it is not up to the mark. Then you have to mention pancreatic lipase. Okay, beta? Now, next is carbs. Yes. What are the enzymes?
Pancreatic amylase. Pancreatic amylase.
Who's this? Who's this?
Ma'am, Aditya.
आदित्य एब्सोल्युटली करेक्ट. देखो हमेशा एक चीज मैं यहाँ बता देती हूँ आपकी इंफॉर्मेशन के लिए. इफ यू स्पेसिफाई amylases always digest carbs. देखो आपने क्लास में 10वीं क्लास में पढ़ा होगा celery amylase digest carb in mouth. ठीक है. Then pancreatic amylase digest carb in small intestine. Then intestinal lipase present in intestinal juice again in intestine digest carb. So amylases always digest carbs. And if we say pancreatic juice, you will have to specify pancreatic amylase, right? Same goes to lipases. Lipases always digest lipids. Okay? It could be lingual lipase. Lingual lipase means present in your mouth, which is being present in the saliva, secreted by the salivary glands. Okay? Then we come to stomach की बात कर लेते हैं. Stomach में भी glands present होते हैं. Gastric lipase. ठीक है. पेनक्रियास की बात कर लेते हैं. पेनक्रियाटिक लाइपेज. Lipases always digest fats. That means pancreas has pancreatic lipase for the digestion of lipids, trypsin for the digestion of protein, and pancreatic amylase for the digestion of carbs. Is it okay to everyone? So क्या option बना हमारा? Yes. Out of 4, C. C for
Option C.
Option C, C for cat. That is our option. ठीक है. समझ आ रहा है सबको कहानी? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Should I move on to the next one?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Just a minute. तुम लोग बहुत से ऐसे मैथ्स के स्टूडेंट्स हो जो बायो के आंसर कर रहे हो. That means you took bio as a, I mean, you took the medical stream. But then जैसे for example उत्कर्ष ने मुझे अच्छा लगा आंसर किया. बहुत अच्छा आंसर किया उसने. You people have learned biology in class 10. Okay, next question. What does next question says? Question number 49. Right? Okay, it says microscopic examination of blood. Microscopic examination of blood smear reveals an abnormal increase in the number of granular with multiple nuclear lobes. With multiple nuclear lobes. ठीक है? Now the question is asking which of the following cell types following cell types has increased in number. है ना? आपसे ये क्वेश्चन पूछ रहे हैं which of the following cell types is increased in number. Now option A, lymphocytes. Option A, lymphocytes. Option B, monocytes. Option C, neutrophils. And option D, यहाँ लिख देती हूँ, thrombocytes. है ना, 4 ऑप्शन है हमारे पास. और क्वेश्चन क्या पूछ रहे हैं? क्वेश्चन ये पूछ रहे हैं, माइक्रोस्कोपिक एग्जामिनेशन ऑफ अ ब्लड स्मीयर रिवील्स an abnormal increase in the number of granules with multiple nuclear lobes. Which of the following cell type has increased in number? अब देखो ये क्वेश्चन कहाँ से आया है? ये क्वेश्चन आया है आपका ह्यूमन फिजियोलॉजी से. टॉपिक इज ट्रांसपोर्टेशन. आपने क्लास 10 में सर्कुलेटरी सिस्टम पढ़ा होगा. ओके, तो ये क्वेश्चन हमारा उस टॉपिक से आया है. फाइन. Now this says the blood smear reveals. What is blood smear means? That means, you know, what is when you give your blood for testing, for any blood test. So the drop of blood on a slide and then you know, spread it on a flat surface on a slide with some instrument. So why? Because we can see that each type of cells present in the blood. So that is blood smear. A drop of blood on the slide and then spread it on a with some flat surface, so that we can see the different types of blood, cells present in the blood. So that is blood smear, right? So on seeing that blood smear, it was found that there is abnormal increase in the number of granules with multiple nuclear lobes. देखो बहुत सिंपल सी कहानी है इस क्वेश्चन के लिए. आपको सेल्स, ब्लड सेल्स के बारे में मालूम होना चाहिए. तो ब्लड सेल्स अगर आपको मालूम है तो there are different types, है ना? How many types of blood cells are there? Can you tell me? Anyone? कितने blood cells हमारे पास present हैं? हाँ? How many types? Yes? Nobody?
3 types, ma'am.
3 types, absolutely. Name them, beta. Name them if you know it.
Ma'am, RBC,
red blood
WBC and
cells.
platelets.
Absolutely. Number 1 is RBCs, that is red blood cells. Why it is red? Because it contains the red pigment, that is hemoglobin. Number 2, WBC, that is white blood cells. ठीक है? And then the last one is the platelets. Okay? Now, if you have studied properly WBCs, WBCs के बारे में थोड़ा सा भी अगर आपने पढ़ा है, तो you can make out the question very simple. 2 मिनट में निकाल दोगे इसका आंसर अगर आपने WBCs के बारे में थोड़ा सा भी आप जानते हो. WBCs is white blood cells. Why so called as? Because there is no hemoglobin pigment present. It is white in color. Biologically, we call these cells as leukocytes. क्या बोलते हैं इनको? Leukocytes. ठीक है. लेकिन ना RBC के बारे में भी, RBC को हम बायोलॉजी क्या बोलते हैं? Erythrocytes. ठीक है. And platelets, so it is given in the question, we say it thrombocytes. ठीक है. RBCs are erythrocytes, WBCs are leukocytes, and the platelets are thrombocytes. ठीक है. Now WBCs की बात कर लेते हैं. White blood cells. White blood cells जो हैं ये 2 types के होते हैं. That means either it will be granulocytes, है ना, or it will be agranulocytes. ठीक है. देखो नाम से ही पता चल रहा है हमको, सारी कहानी नाम में ही है. Granulocytes means कि granules are present in them, and agranulocytes means no granules in them. देखो एक चीज और भी ध्यान रखना, बायो में किसी भी टर्म के आगे अगर a लग जाए, so that means absence of that particular thing. We are talking about the absence. So if it is agranulocytes, no granules, absence of granules. If it is granulocytes, that means the granules are present in the cells. So first, WBCs are divided into 2 categories, granulocytes and agranulocytes, and then granulocytes can be further divided into 3 categories. Now what are the categories? Number 1 is neutrophils, which is mentioned in the question as well. It is neutrophils. ठीक है. Number 2 is acidophils. Number 2 is acidophils. And the third is basophils. So these are the 3 different types of granulocytes. A granules की बात कर लेते हैं. Again, we can have two different types of A granulocytes, and that is what? Number one is monocytes. This is also given in the question. And the last is, and the second one is lymphocytes. ठीक है? तो हमसे क्या पूछ रहा है क्वेश्चन में? हमसे ये पूछ रहा है कि ऐसा the cell type, they are asking the cell type, an abnormal increase in the number of granules with multiple nuclear lobes. देखो इससे ये तो कहानी क्लियर हो गई. If it is granular, so हमारे पास किन तीन ऑप्शंस में से क्वेश्चन हो सकता है? इन तीन में से, because the question is asking granular types, है ना? सही बात है. इतनी कहानी तो नहीं खत्म हो गई. 50% हमने क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर दिया. एक्चुअली हमने पूरा क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर दिया, because we know the types of granulocytes: neutrophils, basophils, acidophils. Out of three, only one is given in the question. तो हमारा आंसर क्या बनेगा? अभी मैंने आगे बताया ही कुछ आपको. तो क्या बनेगा आंसर हमारा?
न्यूट्रोफिल्स.
देखो आपको एक्चुअली अगर नॉलेज भी नहीं है ना कि किस टाइप का लोब किस टाइप का न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट है, ऐसे ही तुम आंसर कर दोगे. अगर तुम्हें सिर्फ इतना नॉलेज है कि WBCs दो टाइप्स के होते हैं. वन इज ग्रैन्युलोसाइट्स, अदर इज ई ग्रैन्युलोसाइट्स. फर्दर थ्री टाइप्स के हैं: न्यूट्रोफिल्स, बेसिडोफिल्स, एसिडोफिल्स. ए ग्रैन्युलोसाइट्स फर्दर टू टाइप्स के हैं: मोनोसाइट, लिम्फोसाइट्स. अब क्वेश्चन में ग्रैन्युलर की बात तो उसने खुद ही कर दी. हमें तो कुछ करना ही नहीं है. हमें पता है न्यूट्रोफिल्स ग्रैन्युलर है, बाकी तीन तो हो ही नहीं सकते फिर. So that means it is based on elimination strategy. तीन अपने आप eliminate हो रहे हैं. You can do the question by elimination strategy. अगर हमें जिन questions का आंसर नहीं मालूम है, this is applicable for your other subjects as well. So what we find, we'll try to find out the answer with the help of elimination strategy. कि ये तीन options तो हमने पढ़ रखे हैं. ये तीन तो ये कहीं से question के साथ जाते ही नहीं है, match बनते ही है. That means 4 will definitely be the right answer. समझ आ रही बात सबको? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
तो देखो ये तो क्वेश्चन तो हमने सॉल्व कर दिया, लेकिन स्टिल आई वांट टू एक्सप्लेन इट बिकॉज़ इट इज आस्किंग मल्टीपल न्यूक्लियर लोब्स, है ना? WBCs actually they are having different cells and the nucleus is also different types present in different WBCs. न्यूट्रोफिल्स में आपके मल्टीपल न्यूक्लियर लोब्स होते हैं लाइक दिस. जनरली हम न्यूक्लियस कैसे पढ़ते हैं? सिंपली अराउंड स्ट्रक्चर इन द सेल, है ना? ऐसे न्यूक्लियस पढ़ लेते हैं हम. बस सिंपल से हमने कहते हैं ये हमारा न्यूक्लियस है, लेकिन इसमें ऐसा नहीं होता. इसमें सेल के अंदर, if this is a cell, so multiple nuclear lobe like this. इस तरह से करके ना आपके एनसीईआरटी में बना हुआ है of class 10th and 11th as well. Multiple lobes होते हैं उसमें. So that is neutrophils. Basophils and acidophils are just similar to bilobe. कुछ इस तरह का न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट होता है. इधर देखो ऐसे करके इस टाइप का बायलोब न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट होता है ना? मोनोसाइट्स की बात करें, मोनोसाइट्स में किडनी शेप न्यूक्लियस प्रेजेंट होता है लाइक दिस. ठीक है? एंड लिम्फोसाइट्स इज एक्चुअली हैव अ ब्रॉड कैटेगरी. लिम्फोसाइट्स खुद भी बहुत सारे टाइप्स के होते हैं, but most common is plasma B cells, जिसमें cartoon shaped nucleus present होता है. So that means all the cells of WBCs have different types of nucleus, and the question is demanding for the multiple nuclear lobes, and that is present in neutrophils. कहानी समझ आई सबको? Yes or no? Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
I mean, story is interesting or not? Frankly. Honestly, is it interesting or not?
Yes, ma'am.
चलो बट तेरे लिए तो हमेशा biology is just like a
Yes, ma'am.
engineering उत्कर्ष. एक तो तुम लोगों के मुझे नाम नहीं पता है, because I'm presenting the screen, so I cannot open that to see your names. उत्कर्ष, आरुषि, आदित्य, कुछ के नाम याद है. कुछ answered me well. Yes, all of you. बाकी rest I don't know the names, but then I want everyone to understand this because you all are going to give the KVPY exam very soon. Yes, everybody is getting understood, especially to the engineering students. Yes, beta.
Yes,
Nobody is
ma'am.
answering. एक आवाज आई मुझे इतनी देर में.
Yes, ma'am.
ओके. सुनो, अपनी जब फिजिक्स केमिस्ट्री और मैथ्स की क्लासेस अटेंड करते हो तब भी इतना चुप चुप से रहते हो. मेरे स्टूडेंट्स तो बहुत बोलते हैं, हाँ क्लास में या मोर देन इंटरैक्टिव रादर. तुम लोग वहां भी इतना चुप चुप से रहते हो. Okay, moving on to next question. What is our next question says? Question number 50. It says one of the following genetic phenomena. ऐसे करके दिया हुआ है question dash. It is the fill in the
मैम
blank.
टोटल बायोलॉजी के कितने क्वेश्चंस आते हैं?
Because part 1 में there are 15 questions and part 2 have 5 questions. Total is 20 questions. Okay?
अब मैम 20 पूरे अटेम्प्ट करने पड़ते हैं?
हाँ बच्चे. And negative marking
Okay,
is
ma'am.
I wanted to tell you that to all of you. There is negative marking also. So please do not attempt if you don't know the answer 100%, because you will lose your marks for the right one also which you have done, and you have wasted your time, and you lose your score as well.
Ma'am, one question contain how many marks?
1 mark only.
Okay, ma'am.
Just a minute. Dash. One of the following. One of the following genetic phenomena is represented by the blood group AB. है ना? One of the following genetic phenomena is represented by the blood group AB. Option A says codominance. Option A says codominance. Option B says dominance. Option C says over-dominance. Over-dominance. Option D says semi-dominance. Option D says semi-dominance. Oh, see, very interesting question if you love genetics. This question is from the topic genetics, and you know, a little bit from the transportation circulatory system.
Ma'am, option A.
Option
Ma'am, it's A.
Who said this option A?
Ma'am,
Ma'am, Sanovar.
Sanovar. Okay. और बाकी दूसरा कौन बोला? C?
Ma'am, Yasir. Ma'am,
Yasir,
A, it's A.
It's A. Absolutely,
Yes,
it's A. So, do you know the idea of codominance? Yes, and I'll going to ask you the logic also behind it.
मैम ये जो मैम ये कोडोमिनेंस होते हैं, मैम ये जो मैम ये कोडोमिनेंस होते हैं, मैम ये दोनों चीज और मैम ये दोनों कैरेक्टर शो करते हैं.
हम ये दोनों डोमिनेंट होते हैं, इसलिए हम कोडोमिनेंट कहते हैं मैम.
Absolutely. नहीं सही कहा तो absolutely ठीक बात है. देखो, अगर आपने क्लास 10 में थोड़ा सा भी पढ़ा है, लॉ ऑफ डोमिनेंस के बारे में पढ़ा है आपने. We know that Mendel has given 3 laws. Mendel's के laws क्या थे? Laws of dominance, law of segregation and law of independent assortment. अगर आपने ये तीनों ठीक से पढ़ा है तो आप इस क्वेश्चन को आंसर कर दोगे. ठीक है? Law of dominance says that the trait which is going to dominate in F1 generation, है ना? So that is basically is law of dominance, है ना? And the trait that is not going to express in F1 generation, that is a recessive trait. The trait which is going to express, that is dominant trait. The trait which is not going to express, that is a recessive trait. Especially in F1 generation, I'm talking about. ठीक है? तो एक तो आपको ये लॉ पता होना चाहिए इस क्वेश्चन के लिए. दूसरा क्या पता होना चाहिए? Every gene is governed by 2 alleles. Every gene is governed by 2 alleles. है ना? तो बेसिकली देखो, हम जब ब्लड ग्रुप की बात करते हैं, ब्लड ग्रुप इज अ ट्रेट, है ना, कैरेक्टर है हमारा, तो जनरली हम 2 एलील्स की बात कर रहे हैं कि कोई भी जीन अगर है तो वो 2 एलील्स से गवर्न करेगा, वन कम्स फ्रॉम द फादर एंड द अदर कम्स फ्रॉम द मदर। लेकिन यहाँ पे if we have studied little about ABO, blood group system, which is present in humans. If we studied a little about blood group system present in humans, okay, there are actually 3 alleles that governs a trait. That is, what are the 3 alleles? A, that is, it represented by like this gene is represented by IA, IB, and the small I. Okay, so these 2 are dominant trait, and this one is recessive. So that means this is exception to Mendelian's law, right? This is exception to Mendelian's law, means this does not follow the law of paired factors of Mendel. Mendel क्या बोलते हैं कि हर जीन के पास सिर्फ 2 एलील होते हैं किसी भी ट्रेट को एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए, लेकिन हम अगर ब्लड ग्रुप की बात करें, हमारे पास 3 एलील है उस जीन को एक्सप्रेस करने के लिए। लेकिन हमें ये भी बात याद रखनी है, out of these three only 2 are present in any individual. Out of these 3 only 2 should be present in any individual. कैसे 2? देखो इधर आगे, either it will be IA or IA, ठीक है, or it will be IA, अच्छा, this is represented by 0, ये ध्यान रखेंगे, or I0, IB or IB, or one more possibility, IB or I0, one more possibility, IA and IB. This is what the question is demanding to us. यही पढ़ना है हमको इसमें. Or another manner, last one, IO or IO. ठीक है? So there would be 6 genotypes possible in blood group system because it is governed by 3 alleles. But in an individual, out of these 3 alleles, 2 must be present because we actually have for one gene 2 alleles, one from the father and the other from the mother. Though there are 3 alleles, अच्छा ये हम किस केस में बोल सकते हैं, ये उसका भी केस है. That is multiple allelism. This case is also belongs to, because if the question is like that, तो अगर option में multiple allelism हो, तो that could be your answer. Multiple allelism means more than 2 genes are present, more than 2 alleles are present for a single gene, for a single trait, right? So ABO 3 alleles, and these out of these 3 alleles, an individual must have 2 alleles in these manner: IAA, IAO, IBB, IBO, IAB in capital forms, and then in small forms IO, IO. ठीक है? आप देखो 2 डोमिनेंट जीन है, देखो ये कहाँ पे मेंडल लॉ फॉलो कर रहा है, दोनों अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं, जबकि एक को एक्सप्रेस करना चाहिए. इस केस में ये दोनों एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं अपने आप को, साथ में कर रहे हैं, साथ में एक्सप्रेस. Either of the 2 gene will express ना, though 2 are dominant, है ना, लेकिन दोनों में से एक को तो एक्सप्रेस करना चाहिए, लेकिन इस केस में दोनों एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं. और आपसे यही पूछा है, one of the following genetic phenomena is represented by the blood group AB. तो अगर किसी बंदे का ब्लड ग्रुप AB हो, तो दोनों जीन अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं साथ में. So this is co-dominance. Co means साथ, dominance means they are expressing themselves. So साथ में दोनों जीन अपने आप को एक्सप्रेस कर रहे हैं. So that is the case of co-dominance. Genetics is very interesting. If you read it more, you'll find multiple things over here. अभी मैं बहुत कुछ आपको इस क्वेश्चन के बारे में बता सकती हूँ, but then we'll stick to the questions and whatever is required for KVPY that you should know. I guess सबको समझ आया होगा इस क्वेश्चन why it is co-dominance. Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. तो आज के लिए अभी इतना ही रखते हैं, up to 50 question because timing is running out. So in the next session we'll begin from this year, that is question number 51, And one more thing, I'm not going to leave you all. Whatever I explain in today's class extra in different questions, I'm going to ask you in the next class in the first 10 minutes, right? And also ask you कि हमने कौन सा topic discuss किया आज with respect to different questions which is already there in the exam 2019 year. Right, everyone? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
So everybody will prepare in the next class to answer me well. अभी
Yes,
मुझे
ma'am.
इस क्लास का नहीं पूछना है NCERT लेवल, अब मुझे वो पूछना है जो मैंने आपको पढ़ाया आज. Okay, so be prepared for the questions in the next class. Whatever I told you in today's class.
Okay, ma'am.
I'm going to ask you in the next one. जिसने नहीं, अच्छा एक